since I posted about my producer Tanisha using the Build a Wall form with some of her clients. She is the first person, only person in our office so far to use the form and has done very well with the few prospects that she's got to talk about it and had a much deeper conversation as far as what I've heard. But I wanted to shoot a quick video with her and let you guys hear from her yourselves about what she thinks of the process. So let me flip this around. So group, meet Tanisha. Tanisha, this is the group. Say hi.
Hi.
So everybody just wanted to hear a little bit about producer's experience with the Build a Wall form that Craig created with Agency Vault. So I am curious to give them some of your feedback on what you feel the form brings to you as a salesperson and how it benefits you with the clients. So what are some of your first thoughts?
Well, it definitely brings, value to the conversation of coverage. The ones that will take the time with you to, really go over their coverages are going to be some of the best ones to, really do this with. As far as, after completing the survey, we've discovered that majority of clients who have 100, 300 coverages and own their home have at least $500,000 of, liability in a gap coverage.
So what do you feel like has been productive for you with a client that you've gotten to do it versus a client that you don't attempt it with or you've gotten resistance from? What do you feel has been useful to get over that hump?
Just really letting them know ahead of time, this is something that a lot of agents are not going to sit down and take the time to do with you, especially, like a Progressive or, and even State Farm. None of the clients that I've talked to, each of them have had different carriers, and none of them have, said that my agent has gone through each of these coverages with me. So this is another way for us to explain why it's important to carry 250, 500 and an umbrella versus, just giving them scenarios, that we can, think of or, those stories that we tell.
Well, I think a great example of that is your one that I went to last night that we'll be closing close to $5,000 a year in premium with and getting more referrals from that are State Farm customers, but had never really had an explanation of an umbrella from their agent when I sat down with them. So I think you did a great job of walking them through that. And that customer in particular you had resistance from. They didn't want to give you income data. And so it made the gap smaller, correct?
Correct. So the biggest part of this survey is just to make sure that, you get them to give you an idea of what that income looks like. Without actually having the income in there, the survey won't work properly and you may not come up with a huge gap. But once you're able to determine their assets, how much liability they may have and put their income in, it really does, play a big factor.
So as a producer in an office, what would you say to some of the other agent owners, that's mostly what's watching this right now, as a way to encourage or convince their producers to try this out? I don't think it was difficult with you, where somebody else in our office might be struggling a little more with it. What's a motivational tool, or what do you think they can do to really get their LSPs to break through and do this?
It has a lot to do with your goals for the month. Not only are those goals for your office, but those are goals for your family. By doing this, I'm hoping to sell more umbrellas. I'm hoping to get those people that, only have 100, 300 coverage, up to the 250 and give them that umbrella so that, I have a better clientele. I want those customers that care about their insurance. The ones who don't care about their insurance, there's unfortunately nothing we can do about that. But by going through this survey, I'm hoping to transition some of those customers that don't care over to ones that really want to protect their family.